Today I was wondering why people want to rate things so much, rate some situation that happened in their life and rate, literally every action and every interaction with other people or with themselves. I feel like we always trying to think on a scale of how good it is, you know, how positive is something or how much of an embarrassment something was. And I think by putting on those labels and putting it on the scale, on like this rating, whatever table, you just instantly you kill the moment, you kill the vibe if it's something good, and you make yourself extremely nervous and you make yourself afraid of those situations even more. Because if you think of it, you're trying to rationalize it, and I do have problem with it myself, like extremely, very much. I'm a person who like I'm trying to rationalize everything, but you don't have to, and I don't have to as well. It's not that some action is more or less embarrassing. Maybe it is if you take it from the rational point, but it's not. There is no need usually to do that. It's no need to analyze it and to think deeply about each thing that happens in your life, because it's not that deep. Not everything is. I think it's important to recognize that there are some things which are important to think about for some time, and to think maybe why did you feel that way, or why have you felt that way in that particular moment. But it's not that you have to go and literally torture yourself for something bad or embarrassing you've done like an hour ago or a week ago or a month ago. Because if you learn a lesson, it does not really matter how it made you feel in that moment, and you don't have to repeat it in your head again and again trying to find new answers. I feel most of like things are pretty much, you I would not say simple, but you probably know what went wrong after like maximum a month. If it's such something big, as a breakup, and you have to emotionally kind of slow down, and then after like month or two, you will realize that it was actually my fault as well. Like I've done this wrong, and that's all. You don't have to think about it, whether it brought me more happiness, whether those relationships were good or bad. You don't have to analyze things in your past for for some month or weeks or an hours. I think it always should be really limited, and sometimes it's not needed. Like usually it's not really necessary to think about everything that happens here in your day in terms of whether it brought you some good things or bad things. Again, it's good for you to know that, for example, speaking publicly makes you feel nervous. It's like really simple example, but there is no need to think about it like before and after, because you will only maybe hypnotize yourself in that condition if you think about it before, and you will frustrate yourself and make yourself even more afraid of it if you think of it for a long time after. So yeah, I don't think it's necessary to rate and to like, let's say, rationalize and analyze each action and each situation you felt weird about, or you felt I think we usually take things we feel negative about and analyze them rather than taking good ones, which is also a question. Like, why wouldn't you want to repeat the good memories rather than bad ones? But whatever. I think both are probably done by us on like too much. Like literally you have to slow down and take life how it is, take life how it goes. Unless you need to learn some lesson, which you will probably recognize, notice, and understand like during some short period of time. Unless you need to learn that, you don't have to rationalize each thing. Whether you went and you just failed a test, or whether it was something, for example, I have a good example. I was taking out the soup from the fridge, and it just literally, I poured it down and the whole fridge was in that soup, and it was like, because I had to clean it and I had time, but it was like just literally absolutely unnecessary thing for now is to clean a fucking fridge. Yeah, but anyways, but if you don't think of it as something good or bad and you just go, you grab the cloth or whatever and you just clean it. You don't have to think whether this situation makes you feel good or bad, whether it is good or bad. You just have to do it somehow. It has already happened. Don't take it as a choice because you don't right now you don't have a choice. Maybe next time when you will think about putting the whatever bowl with soup on the edge of a fridge, maybe you'll put it a bit further, but right now you don't have this choice, and you actually have like some consequences of those actions before, and you have to clean them up. You don't have to analyze whether it was good or bad. Again, you analyze only in the moment. You have to choose again. I think it's the most important thing I really want you to understand and take from this video. Like, don't rate things. It makes you only nervous, and trust me, lives become more easy since I stopped, or since I started controlling how much I analyze everything that happens. It became more, I'd say, friendly or more comfortable to be in, and my mind has cleaned up some space for thinking about things I really like. For example, making videos, or talking to my friends, or just another thoughts which are actually more cheerful than those. And I'm sure you do have things you would like to spend more time thinking about.